What are we talking about today? Yeah.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to What Are We Talking About podcast, where we talk about all kinds of things, but I don't know, most of the time movies. Today, mostly some movies.
TV shows too.
Oh yeah, good point. Mostly actually a TV show, not movies. But there's some movie trailers that we're going to talk about. So that's what's first. We just watched a few of them. Some new trailers that came out since last week. Deepwater Horizons trailer. What did you think about that one? It's a new Mark Wahlberg. It's by the same director from Hangover.
Deepwater Horizon? No.
Oh no, wait, that's War Dogs.
Yeah, no,
this is the same director
Lone
as
Survivor.
Lone Survivor. Yeah, sorry, that was
which kind of made me like pause because it was kind of like, well, how crazy is this gonna get?
Lone Survivor was crazy, but I don't know how much of it was real. Like,
well, supposedly a lot of it was true, but it's just like the amount of times those guys fell down the mountain was like unbelievable. So I don't know, but the trailer was set up pretty well. Like,
yeah,
I like the way they did the trailer.
I agree.
It looks interesting. I'll probably give it a try. I'm probably going to wait to hear early reviews to decide whether or not I'll go see it in theaters, but the trailer was enough to at least pique my interest, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, because I know what you mean about seeing it in theaters. I don't know if this is the type of movie where you need to see it in theaters, or if it's, like, fine to just watch at home, right? Like, sometimes it'll be a really good movie, but it's like, you don't need to see it in theaters. Like, when I saw Room, I saw it at home, and it was probably better for me to watch that at home than in a theater.
Yeah.
But, like how you said, the trailer, how it was almost, like, edited together, where it was, like, he was talking to his daughter about, like, the project and shit, and then it was cut in with, like, the other footage. Yeah. I like that a lot. It was like really.
The trailer was done well.
Mm-hmm.
It was,
and it got me interested in something that I didn't even really know was coming out. And if I knew it was coming out, I probably wasn't interested.
Yeah. No. Exactly.
But now I'm actually interested, and partly of that is Mark Wahlberg, where it's like that gives it the movie credibility, where it's like at least I know somebody who's in it.
Yeah,
actually, and it's not just
him.
We
can't just rely
because
on
there's also
right? Dylan O'Brien,
but there was also there was way more. I forget some of the other ones, but yeah, I'm blanking on the other.
Yeah, I can't remember.
It was just quick little shots of the other people.
Oh, the wife. The wife is recognized.
Oh yeah, Kate Hudson or whatever. But no, there was somebody else. I can't remember who it was. It was a higher up, somebody in like a higher up position, an older person. I don't remember who it was, but anyways, if you guys know, let us know in the comments, because I can't remember. But yeah, no, it got me interested in the movie, so that's what trailers are supposed to do, right? Let us know what you thought of the Deepwater Horizons in the. I guess it was just a teaser trailer, like it was the first thing I think we've seen. Yeah. So there was another little teaser from the Lego universe.
Batman.
There's the Batcave one. What did you think of that one? Where it was just like it doesn't like he comes home and says hi to the computer or whatever. Well, first he shows up and he's beatboxing. That's not. I don't think that's part of the movie. That's just like them introducing the trailer, right?
Yeah, and I wasn't really a fan of them introducing the trailer. It was like, it was okay, but it was like I didn't really need it. Right? When I first initially seen that, actually, I was like, if this is going to be the way the movie goes, I'm going to be quite disappointed. But the trailer was a lot different, and I actually enjoyed it. Like, after watching also the Lego movie and seeing how Batman was, it was pretty funny. Like, I'm probably going to go see this
in theaters
just because I enjoyed Lego movie so much, and it's Batman. Like,
and he's one of the best parts of the Lego movie.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And that when it I love in this trailer or in this teaser when he like goes to put in time on the microwave and it goes in too much and he's like, no, Goes back, puts it back in 2 minutes,
Yeah.
and like it's just him sitting there waiting for the microwave to be finished. Like,
It's relatable, that's for sure.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
no, yeah, and like you said, I really like the Lego Movie.
hmm
So
It was
I'm-
actually it was one of those movies that surprised me because I didn't think it was going to be as good as it was.
yeah, I didn't see it in theaters. I
Didn't see it in theaters.
I
I waited until it was out, and even then, I wouldn't have seen it by myself. The only reason is I'd seen it with someone else who was like, it was actually a family, and they were like, "Oh, let's watch this," and watched it. And I was like, "Oh, shit," I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I don't remember why I saw it the first time, but that might have been the reason why as well. Or I might have just heard people raving about it, so I watched it. I don't remember. But yeah, the Lego Movie is definitely an incredibly awesome movie. And the director of this Lego Batman movie was the animation director on the original Lego Movie. So I don't know. I hope that it's going to be awesome. It seems like it's going to be good.
Oh yeah, I have high hopes for it. That's for sure.
Me too. The War Dogs trailer. Jonah Hill.
Yeah, this one, I'm like, I'm really on the fence about this one because it could go either way.
This is the one that's directed by the Hangover director.
Yeah, exactly. And like, the Hangover first one was good. Sequels kept going downhill. Now he's doing a new they probably won't do sequels to this, but still at the same time, it's like
It's based on true events.
it's based on true events, right? But at the same time, from what we've seen in the trailer, a lot of it seems like pretty crazy and hectic for true events, right? Like
It reminds me a little bit of Pain and Gain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I don't know. Like, it looks like it could be good. Like, it looked funny, and it seemed like it's somewhat of a fun movie. But at the same time, it seems like it could also not be that great. Like, it could be... I don't know. It's, because it seems like it's definitely a different humor from The Hangover, right? It's not as silly.
Yeah,
as
I mean, there's no Alan character because Alan was most of the silliness, right?
Although Jonah Hill's character seems like he's pretty outrageous, like...
Yeah, but it's not quite the same. Whereas Zach Galifianakis in The Hangover
I know.
is just like...
No, this is, like I said, these are two totally different movies,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's like, it's the same guy who's directing it. And it's another comedy by him. Like, I don't think I've seen anything by him that isn't a comedy.
I don't know what else he's done.
Because this would almost seem like his first, like, is it an action comedy, or is it just a comedy? Or maybe it's comedy drama. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But from the trailer, it seemed like there's quite a bit of action in it. But
What is it called when you base a movie off of true events? Is that because it's not a biopic unless it's based off a person?
But that's the thing, is it's based off of. Like, that's such a loose term for me when it comes to movies, because there's some movies where it's just like, oh, this is based off of true events, and then it's just like
The Revenant?
took pieces and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. I haven't seen The Revenant yet. I still have to see it.
Well, I can tell you, they took the true events and added a lot of stuff.
Oh, I can imagine, right?
But The Revenant was one of the best movies of the year last year.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it can be done. That can happen.
I don't know.
It's not a bad thing.
I don't know. For some reason, I'm just on the fence about this movie.
No, I can understand that, but I'm intrigued because it seems, I don't know, we didn't see that much interaction between Jonah Hill and Miles Teller,
No, not really.
so I still don't know how, like, I really don't know what their chemistry is going to be like.
Yeah.
But it's an intriguing pair. Like, I never kind of would have thought of it, but now that I see them together, it seems like they could fit well together.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked Miles Teller in Whiplash. Whiplash is one of my favorite
Whiplash
movies of
is
all
awesome.
time. And Jonah Hill is the new... I just said it earlier.
John Goodman.
John Goodman. The new John Goodman. Where it's like, he can play that silly, funny, fat guy, or he can play, like, some of the best dramatic roles,
Mhm.
right? Like John Goodman in 10 Cloverfield Lane. Unbelievably good. But Jonah Hill in this movie seems like almost a mix. I don't know. It might be some serious stuff, but it also seems, like you said, kind of outrageous.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Again,
Yeah.
it's going to be another one of those movies for us. I might not even see it in theaters even if the reviews are good for it. I might just wait for it.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. If the
Reviews
reviews
are like-
say like, "Oh, this is a movie you have to see in theaters,"
Yeah. Okay.
then maybe.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's an action movie. There seems
that's
to
what
be some action
No,
scenes.
that's what I was just wondering. I was like, I wonder what it's classified as.
Because like The Hangover was a comedy, but
it's-
there was a few
but
action
it's,
scenes.
but it's a
in The
comedy
Hangover,
something
right?
though. Like it's comedy slash something. Like what? I wonder what the other end of it is.
/ true story.
Anyway, what's the next?
Other Lego Batman trailer.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
in the Wayne Manor, where we actually got to see the outside of Wayne Manor now. And it's like, then it cuts to the inside and there's just a room full of pictures of Bruce Wayne's parents.
Yeah. And Alfred walks in and yeah.
He like drop kicks him. Sorry, I have really fast reflexes.
Yeah.
I like this one. I don't know.
This one was, I think, my favorite of the two.
Yeah,
so
like
far,
I
'cause
feel like it was even a little better.
Yeah, it was more, had a lot more humor in it. And that I really like. It makes it from these two trailers so far. Yeah, I really want to see Lego Batman. Like it's actually.
Yeah.
I want to see it in theaters for sure. Like it's.
No, definitely. It seems like it's gonna, and like in both of these, there's even a little clip where it shows like him running with the Justice League.
Mm-hmm.
So that means
Yeah.
we'll get a Justice League movie way before the Justice League comes out.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like I agree that this one is even better than the last one, and it's this movie I'm gonna see it when it comes out in theaters. Like I'll see it opening day.
Oh yeah.
Kind of thing. Like it looks like it's gonna be awesome, and I think it comes out next February.
Oh really? It's still that far away.
Yeah,
Oof.
but everything about it that I've seen, and like so, Michael Cera plays Robin,
Oh,
Zach
really?
Galifianakis plays the Joker,
Really?
Ralph Fiennes or whatever his name is plays. I'm pretty sure Alfred. Rosario Dawson plays Batgirl.
Hmm.
So like, it's a pretty star-studded cast.
Oh yeah. Well, same with Lego Movie. Lego
Mhm.
Movie was pretty stacked. That's for sure.
I wonder if they'll carry over the bromance of where Green Lantern is trying to like suck up to Superman.
Oh, I forgot about that.
But I don't know. It, like you said, it looks really good, and I'm excited to see this movie
Yeah.
for sure.
Like it's enough for the studio to back behind, like for them to be like, here's all the other Batman movies we put out, especially Batman v Superman and Dark Knight.
Oh yeah, they
all
even
this sort of stuff, and for them to be like,
they flash the bat nipples too.
here's Lego Batman now. Like they're not afraid to show that, hey, like this is
Yeah,
kind of part of the Batman.
because it's
movie.
showed. It's almost making fun of all of the fact that there's been so many actors
Yeah.
and like all that stuff. Where it's like,
It's making fun of all the best parts of
yeah,
to make fun of Batman through the years. Right?
yeah. It's almost like those Badman videos
yeah,
on College Humor, but a Lego version and like a full length movie.
yeah.
But one other thing. Oh, there was something else I was gonna say about Lego Batman. I think I don't remember. I guess it don't matter if I can't remember it. But yeah, Lego Batman looks really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The Conjuring 2 trailer.
That also, I'm gonna go see that in theaters. I think because that looks. The first one was really good.
I didn't see the first one until just this past
Well, I didn't
Halloween.
see that one in theaters either. I seen it actually while I was away at work on TV.
Yeah, like
and
I
I was
only
like,
just
wow,
saw
that's
it.
actually really good. And then got you to watch it there not too long ago, and yeah, no, it's a good movie. Like it's a suspense supernatural thriller that actually has a good story to it. Like it's, and that's what I hope for the next one. Is I hope it's another good story filled movie, like not just based on jump scares and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, no, definitely. I like I said, I only just saw The Conjuring 1 this past Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd heard that it was a really good movie. And I don't know, I'm not the hugest fan of horror, as some of you may know. But, and it's mostly usually because they don't have good stories, or and the acting is usually not always great and stuff like that. So, but everybody said that this is just a great movie besides the fact that it's horror. And so when I saw it, like, I actually, because I remember the trailer where it's actually a really creepy trailer where like they're playing the clapping hide and seek game or whatever, and the like hands just come out of the closet and like clap or whatever.
Well, when you see that in the movie, you don't even get to see the full extent of it, but when you see it in the movie, that's pretty creepy. But no,
and definitely. I love the first one a lot, and I don't like horror movies very much. And this trailer, I watched it for the first time when I was at work on my break. I just popped it on, like that one and Lights Out, which we're going to talk about right after this.
Yeah.
I watched them back to back.
I never watched the trailer for that one.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Did you already see it though?
Yeah, but should we watch it again?
I don't know. I remember it, don't you?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
But so The Conjuring 2, and it was pretty freaky. Like, I mean, it's intense, and it seems like it's gonna be, like you said, extremely suspenseful.
Oh yeah. No, and this one, like, it's that whole London's Amityville horror or whatever. Like, this looks like it's what did they say? England's most documented case of
paranormal activity or whatever. Yeah.
So this is gonna be. I think it should be a cool take on the events that happened. I guess. Yeah. Because it's based on a true story. Again, this is another one of those movies that's based on a true story. So.
Yeah. And one thing about this one is because it's a sequel and they can just rely off the name to get people in the seats, they don't have to give away as many big scares or like anything like that in the trailer as they did with the first one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So if played it, like, it could work out well. Like, they could almost make a franchise out of this following. What are the names? The Warrens, I think.
Yeah, the Warrens. Because when you go in that room and there's just so many things.
Oh right? Yeah. Like that alone. I like that whole mystery of just like how they go into that room. There's so much stuff in there, but you don't get to spend time. It's just like that thing to kind of pique your interest in the mysticism into that world. Right? Like they could almost make a franchise of it, I guess.
Yeah, and just make a movie for every item in that room if they wanted.
Well, I would.
If people kept going.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, that's what they're doing for Star Wars and Marvel.
Yeah.
As long as people keep buying the tickets, they're going to keep making them.
That's true.
But yeah, is there anything else you want to talk about with that trailer? Other than I'm excited, and like you said, I'm going to see it in theaters probably.
Yeah. No,
I don't know when it comes out. Hopefully, October.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah.
Lights Out.
That looked cool, and then I learned today about, like, you told me that.
Yeah, it started out as a viral video, like,
because I had seen it, and that's what I made the connection, but I didn't think it was made by the same guy.
Yeah, so the guy who made that, it was he entered it into a short film contest or something. That's why he made the video, but he didn't win the contest. But now it got made into a full length feature film. So who's the real winner? Yeah. But so yeah, in the viral area, I don't even know if it's. I thought it went viral, but I don't remember. I definitely saw it, and it's just like a woman going to go to bed or something, and she turns off the hallway light, and when she turns it off, there's just a figure down standing, and then when she turns it on, it disappears, and like turns it off again, and it's back, and then she turns it on, and it disappears, and then when she turns it off again, it's closer, and it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, it's very creepy concept, and it seems to be somewhat of an original concept.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It's not playing much off of anything else. Like, it's new. Like, it's not a sequel. It's not a reboot.
And the jump scares in this make sense. Where it's like they're not just having jump scares just to have jump scares. It's like that's what happens. The light turns off instantly, so they would appear instantly. Like that'd be crazy.
Would be creepy. Yeah. Like it's No, it's definitely gonna be.
And it seems like you might even think when you see that initial video, how could they make a full movie out of this? But it seems like in the trailer it made it seem like this is like
it's following
the family or something.
Yeah, I know it's weird because that's what it was. It was an imaginary friend.
Yeah, that's what it was.
It was an imaginary,
that's what the girl thought.
That's what the girl thought, but whatever. But it was the mom actually had a friend or something like that, and yeah, they did like some experiment, and she died, and Yeah, for the longest time, it just made it seem like she had an imaginary friend because she was talking to it in that one scene or whatever.
And she's like, "Oh, did we wake you?"
Yeah, yeah. Ah, that'd be creepy.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I remember that statement from the guy or whatever. He's like, wouldn't it be more creepy if the parent had the imaginary friend compared to the kid? Like, and when you think about that, it's like, yeah, because
But
a
I
lot
thought
of
she was
kids
a parent. I
have.
thought she was like a sister.
I don't know.
I don't know. You
Because
might be right.
I could have sworn he said the parent.
Could be.
Because, yeah, kids have imaginary friends or whatever, but imagine being a kid and seeing your parent having an imaginary friend. Like, that'd be kind of freaky.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, it's...
Especially after he already was experiencing some freaky shit.
Mm-hmm.
At least in the way they cut the trailer, they made it seem that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. It sure looks freaky. And again, I hope this comes out in October. Because that's my month for horror movies. Hear that, studios? If you want me to go to your horror movie, put it out in October. Or make it be incredibly
if it just
awesome.
looks good enough, I'll go.
Because I guess I watched The Witch. That's kind of a horror movie, right?
Felt like more of a period piece.
Yeah, that's true. But it was awesome. I liked it a lot.
I wasn't that much of a fan of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I definitely think that Lights Out. I don't know. Like, that's the thing. It could be. It's kind of also. Sometimes it's hard to tell off of a trailer where it's like they could just cut together a really good trailer and then when the movie comes out, it's nowhere near as good as what.
Yeah.
But this trailer got me sold on it, so I'm gonna go see it. As long as all the successor trailers, like the following succeeding trailers, all are at least good.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And as long as it doesn't get like
reviews are a big one too.
Like I might not go out and look for reviews, but I'll look at Rotten Tomatoes kind of a thing.
Superman reviews and fan reviews, which will be saved for another time. But
yeah, but that's a little bit different also, where it's like a big, like big budget action movie or whatever. Usually they can be more divisive, where it's like if you buy into the premise, you'll like it, or if you don't buy into the premise, you won't like it, kind of a thing. Whereas with a smaller movie, it's more just in terms of it has to be a better story and shit, because there's not as much like action and stuff. Yeah. Because that's the thing. In a big budget movie, if you're not invested, if you don't buy into it, if you're not invested in the action, you won't like the movie. You won't care when the final fight happens. But if you do buy into it and you are invested, then you will like it. So yes, if it's a shitty movie overall, then everybody will still hate it. But if it's closer to around 50%, then it's more like some people just don't buy into the premise, some people do buy into the premise, or whatever. Like it's more just like, that's the thing about Rotten Tomatoes. It's not 100% accurate. Like, and what the percentage means, it doesn't mean like this is what the score of the movie is. This is a percentage of how many critics liked the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so they might not have even gave it like a 5 out of 5. Maybe they only gave it a 3 out of 5, right? So who knows? It's not always completely accurate. So you got to keep that in mind when it comes to that kind of stuff. But still, if this movie comes out and it's got 13% on Rotten Tomatoes, I'm not seeing it in theaters.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
But if it's anywhere from like 50 to 100%, then it's like maybe I'll see it. Maybe I'll give it a chance.
Yeah.
Depending on what time of year it comes out, also, because if it's October, I'll be more likely to give it a chance than if it's like July, when fucking Captain America's in theaters and like
yeah,
I don't know what else comes out in July or before July. X-Men.
Yeah, but I like to see a new movie every time I go to the theater too.
Yeah,
right?
but during
I
blockbuster
like to go back
season,
and
are
watch...
you gonna go see like a small little shitty horror film that's getting 50% on Rotten Tomatoes?
I'm definitely gonna go to the superhero, like those big time movies first, right? But then if I've seen all of those and it's like I want to go see a new movie, then I'll go to something like that.
Born.
Right? Like it's what?
Born. They're making a new Born movie. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. Anyways.
But yeah. So let us know what you thought of any of these trailers in the comments down below. Yeah. On to the next thing, the big thing. Daredevil season 2 has come and gone, and most of you have probably seen it by now. How long has it been out for? 2 weeks?
I don't even know because I watched it within the first couple days that it came out. Like within the first 3 days that it was out, I had seen it.
Mm-hmm.
So
I didn't see it that fast, but I still watched it rather quickly. But yeah, so first we'll just kind of try and give our thoughts on it without spoiling anything, and for anybody who hasn't seen it by now, just a quick little summary where I'll just say I like this season maybe even more than the first season, probably more, especially because of the Punisher and Elektra being added to it. Like,
yeah.
it added a lot, and the way that all of the actors, like every actor in this episode or in this season, was better than in the last season.
Yeah, I know that's true. Other than I do kind of miss Wilson Fisk's assistant there.
Yeah, no,
he was pretty
awesome.
Cool. Like he was pretty good. Like he was.
It
pretty
shocked me when he died in the first season.
Yeah, me too. I was pretty disappointed because he was a pretty cool character actually. Like he was pretty scary in himself.
Yeah, definitely.
But I agree with you. I think this season was better than the last season. Like it was.
Yeah.
What they added to it, for like, because obviously they got more money to do a second. Like it was, they never planned to do a second one. It was supposed to be just one and done with Daredevil, and then
so many people wanted it.
But yeah, it was so well received by everyone that they made another one. Obviously, they were able to put a lot more into it, and it paid off. That's for sure.
Definitely, Punisher was incredibly awesome. I think the best Punisher we've had.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And Daredevil upped it as well, and I liked the costume that he had in this season too.
I do too, but I also like how they fixed his helmet. Like I think because
the helmet was not very good in the first.
Well, yeah,
at the end of the first season,
it was he got that helmet at the end of the first season. I didn't like it, and they must have changed. They must have had a lot of people complain about it because then they righted it
right away.
They righted
first
it
or second
like
episode.
it was like the first episode. I think he got, maybe it was the second episode. He got shot in the helmet, or I guess we're getting into spoilers now.
Yeah. Well, I guess.
Anyways, yeah, he got shot in the helmet, and it like cracked, and then he went and got it like temporarily fixed, and then the guy, his like armor maker dude, he like went and made him a totally new helmet that looked way better than the one he had previously. Because the one he had previously made his eyes look really weird. Like it was weird.
Yeah.
This new Daredevil helmet he has is.
And it actually
really
had the classic like red eyes from the comics and stuff.
No, I really liked it. I had no problems with the costume whatsoever.
No, me neither.
No one's costumes actually.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Punisher was more in the same way that Daredevil was in the first season. His was he had the same kind of arc for his costume, where it was just like his was more basic necessity stuff that he had, and then by the end of it, he actually had a trademark thing that he was rocking, right? So that might change the next time we see him slightly. Who knows? But that might be the finished product as well, right? But yeah. So now that we're in spoiler territory. What did you think about how, like, because there's a lot of mysticism, there's mysticism a little bit in the first season, mostly surrounding that,
Stick.
Well, Stick, but, what's that
Nobu.
Asian, not, the, like, old woman.
Oh, Madame something.
Yeah. She Iron Fists Daredevil at one point, like, punches him, and he, like, flies
she has,
back.
like, strength.
And then she says she's going to a land that's far away, which can be implied that is where Iron Fist comes from, or learns his shit, basically, which is, like, in a, like, alternate dimension or
like
something.
Tai Chi or whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
Or Chai or whatever, that he learns to channel.
Yeah.
To become, use it or whatever, I guess.
Yeah. So, what did you think of all the added mysticism in this? Because there was a lot more, like, because we saw Nobu in the first one, but in first season, but in this season there was like a lot. There was like armies of ninjas.
No, that's true. It was that was kind of the part that I had troubles with within this season was how, like, I see why they're trying to do like the overarching story arcs, or not overarching, but like they arced over each other. It was like the Punisher, and then in the middle of the Punisher, the Elektra mysticism one was starting, and then when the Punisher one was over, then
it was just Elektra for a while until Punisher came in.
Yeah, and then it felt a little bit jumbled the way they did it. Like, they didn't seem to separate the two clearly enough. Like, I understood it, got what's going on, but I almost felt like they're trying to overcomplicate things. Like, they overcomplicate things to an extent that they didn't really need to. And, yeah, it just felt jumbled together at times. But, no, the whole mysticism side of it was really intriguing once they were kind of, that was in the spotlight, right? Like, 'cause before it was just kind of like, okay, what's going on? It's all about Styx and his war, but what's this war all about? And then you find out, yeah, like, Elektra is the Black Sky. They still haven't really told us what Black
That's
Sky
the thing.
does when it's activated. Like, it's
there's still a lot of mystery around it.
Yeah, the mysticism, I feel like what we were talking about earlier, is it's building to the Defenders.
So do you think that they'll play more into it? They probably won't in Luke Cage, I would guess.
No, I think it was going to be
Do you think
Iron
they will
Fist.
in Iron Fist? Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, no, that's what I think as well.
Because
I don't know. I like the mysticism though.
No, I do. No, I do too. It's just I don't.
But
like
there was a lot of questions left.
Oh yeah,
especially surrounding Black Sky, where it's like they didn't really say anything.
They still haven't told us
what is Black Sky.
That was one thing. I guess that was another problem I had with the mysticism kind of storyline of it, or story arc of it, was I didn't get a sense of that big of peril or fear or anything like that, because we didn't really know what Black Sky was once activated. It's like, yeah, Elektra can kick some ass or whatever, but Daredevil's not too far away to kick her ass if she gets out of control, right? Like, he's Daredevil.
Yeah, but, plus it seems that she was in love with him and would do kind of what he wanted.
Yeah, but it's like, what's so world-ending about activating the Black Sky? So what's so
what does that even mean? What does activating a Black Sky mean?
I don't know. Like, or activating Black Sky. Like, I don't know. It's just like
she just hulks out.
Styx or Stick or whatever. He keeps on talking about this war between the Haste and the Hand, and it's kind of like, what's like he never tells you, or I guess he doesn't know what's so dangerous about Black Sky.
Yeah, I don't think
he
knows.
Like, so yeah, that's the one thing that I guess it'd be a hit and miss with some people. Like, some people might like that mystery to it. For me, it kind of like, it was, because of that, it was missing that peril, that danger that felt like it was world ending. Like, it didn't feel like it was super important.
So, do you think, because they kind of almost did this a little bit with the Avengers, where they had, except for they did it a little bit, they didn't do it as soon. So in Captain America, the first Avenger, they had the cube, and it was mysterious. All that we knew about it was that the Nazis used it to make weapons, basically, right? Yeah. And then it was the MacGuffin in the Avengers, the first Avengers movie, where it turns out that it was way more, and then even in later Avengers movies, we find and like Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff, we find out that it's like actually one of these gems. And so, do you think that this will be, and that's all leading towards Infinity War, right? So they've been like placing all this stuff in all these other movies leading up to this. So do you think it's that same kind of thing where it's like it's gonna have some mystery around it for a while, but eventually, maybe in an Iron Fist or a Daredevil season 3, we'll learn more about.
As much as I like Daredevil, I kind of want them to just continue on.
I want them to do Defenders already.
Yeah, exactly. Like I could wait for another Daredevil after Defenders, but I want to see them come up with Luke Cage, then Iron Fist, so that we can get a Defenders.
Going, yeah.
Although I wouldn't mind a standalone Punisher. Like if there's a standalone Punisher in between, then I wouldn't mind that because I really enjoyed John Bernthal as the Punisher in this.
No, I agree.
He's the best on screen.
Let's talk about a little bit about that, where his relationship with Daredevil in the initial episodes. First of all, he was brought in a lot. So I didn't know that he was going to be like he was in the first episode.
Oh yeah,
and they got into it really fast, and I didn't expect that.
But that build in the first 2 to 3 episodes of how menacing the Punisher was awesome. Like that really got me hooked.
Yeah,
with how.
And he's not a huge dude, but
just how
you wouldn't want to run into him in a dark alley.
Just how dangerous this guy is, like how Wilson Fisk put it in the prison there, or whatever. Like a man of his talents. Like he didn't believe it at first until he's seen it with his own eyes. But yeah, like it's the Punisher. They make the Punisher in the show a
force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, like for sure. You do not want to go up against this dude.
Definitely, and. Like, he doesn't have any powers, he's just specially trained by the military.
No, yeah,
he's
he's merciless, too. Like, he just does whatever it takes to get the job done, basically. Like, he's crazy.
Yeah. What did you think about the scene where Punisher was trying to goat Daredevil into killing that
Oh, that was pretty
Irish
cool.
gangster?
Like, a grotto.
Grotto.
Yeah, how he's trying to had him chained to the chimney with a gun taped to his hand.
Yeah. And then he used the shot to
break
escape, basically. And then he even threatened somebody with that gun later on, I think, and then just hits him in the face with it.
Yeah, one of those, I think it's those gangsters or whatever, I forget what happens. He like, points it in his face or whatever, and then he, like, clicks it, and, like, kind of, like, it almost looks like he smiles. Yeah, he, like, smiles, and, like, start having a battle, and he's, like, fighting with, like, chain wrapped to one hand, and, like, gun taped to his other hand.
Yeah, and it took the hallway scene and upped it by, like,
and they went downstairs, but I don't think that was shot all in one.
No, but
that
still.
That was done multiple shots, but it was still good.
Yeah.
Like, because I was about to ask, like, what's your favorite fight scene in this one? Because I like the Punisher's fight in the prison.
That was pretty awesome.
I think better than the one in the stairwell because he goes in, kills that one dude, takes up that one inmate, whatever, up against the cell, questions him about his family, like that whole killing stuff, and then kills him, walks to the cell door. He's just like, "Let me out." They're like, "No," and then they call all the inmates.
They let all the inmates out. They check out that one the cell that he was in, and he sees that they're dead, and then they come out with all weapons. Yeah, they come out with like prison weapons and getting ready to kill him, and he just like takes them all out. Like, and by the end, his clothes.
Oh yeah, he's wearing because he's new there, and he has to wear white clothes, and he's just like completely covered in blood. And yeah, Wilson Fisk is just like wow.
My favorite fight scene is probably it's not much of a fight. But when Wilson Fisk just beats the shit out of Matt Murdock.
That was pretty intense because that whole thing where...
It was unexpected also.
Well, I was almost expecting it, but my biggest fear was...
Just the severity of it, where it was like... He was just slamming his face on the desk like multiple times and stuff. That part, I mean, was unexpected. Like, it went from 0 to 60 like that.
Well, I don't know, it was...
They were talking and it was just getting heated, and then all of a sudden it was just like... fucking slamming him and shit.
It was getting heated, but then Matt Murdock brought up Vanessa. So I was like, ooh, yeah, he's gonna fucking beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, but it was still.
But my biggest fear was like,
he was handcuffed, but then all of a sudden you couldn't see his hands, and his hands were down here.
And he was
then when loose, right away he fucking opens up, drops the handcuffs, and fucking slams him on the ground.
Yeah, I know. That's because he controls the prison, right?
Yeah.
But my biggest fear wasn't that Matt Murdock could have taken him down. My biggest fear was that he would have revealed himself to be Daredevil and got himself trapped inside.
He let himself get beat up.
Yeah, that's why he did. But he accidentally let that one punch out, And at first glance, it was just like, oh, don't do anything else, because
Mhm.
he didn't think anything of it. Wilson Fisk didn't think anything of it. But then later on that episode, or the next episode or something, he's like sitting in his cell watching TV, eating his dinner, and all of a sudden, like a piece of salt or something like stings his fucking.
Well, yeah, he like goes to bite
and he
a
goes like,
steak,
yeah,
and maybe he opened his mouth too much, or
yeah,
hit it with a steak
he
or
like
something.
he heard it, and he's like, ah. And he like continues to eat, and then he calls to like his assistant. And he's like, "Get me the Matt Murdock file. I want to look over it again." And it's just like, oh,
There he knows.
yeah. Well,
And
that
now
was,
he finally adopted the full-on title of Kingpin. Where
yeah,
he's
that
actually
was
because
pretty cool.
that one guy came into his prison and was like, "I'm the kingpin of this prison. You can't do anything. So fuck you." And then he's just like fucks him over.
Then he
He
just-
hires those two black guys or whatever.
Well, he gets that one. He gets that one guy to be like his assistant who already had the two like, I think they're like Latino type dudes that were his muscle.
Oh.
So he got like an assistant and then like two muscle heads, right, pretty much almost right off the bat, and then he bought them, but that's all he pretty much needed. And then from there he could just start like building his empire from there through manipulating and brutality via like Punisher, right? Like
Mhm.
he got Punisher to go in there, eliminate his like only enemy, and basically he took over the prison. Like the prison was now Wilson Fisk's. But like to the point that he was able to let Punisher escape.
Yeah.
Like that's power.
Yeah.
But no, that whole scene is pretty fucking
Well, not only
intense.
that, but he got messages to Punisher to get Punisher to go in to prison in the first place
Mhm.
because they were about to win that court case.
Yeah. Oh,
like
yeah.
we found out that Foggy Nelson actually is an incredibly good lawyer,
Oh yeah, for sure.
and now at the end of that, he was signing on with Hogarth or whatever
Yeah.
from Jessica Jones. So
Where's my hoodie here?
don't pull the string, or the whole hoodie will unravel.
I don't know.
But yeah, no, I think they did a really good job of integrating this and making it feel even more part of, like they integrated some stuff. There was even a name drop of Jessica Jones at one point.
Was there?
Yeah,
Probably.
Foggy's ex-girlfriend said something about Jessica Jones when they were in the bar talking.
Oh, okay. Because I know they did. Rosario Dawson, like Claire, she
Claire, yeah.
definitely mentioned the Cage and how she got a shitty shift because
She helped Howard do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she got... They tried to cover up them, like how the people died and stuff when the ninjas attacked.
Oh, yeah.
And it caused Claire to actually quit her job now. So she'll probably just become a full-time like nurse for the Defenders.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that, yeah. No, it's... Like, I can't, like... I'm really looking forward towards Luke Cage, but I can't wait for Iron Fist.
Me too, that's the
Because
one I'm
Iron
looking forward
Fist,
to
I feel
most.
like, is going to be really move this whole universe forward, right? Like,
Mhm.
it's going to be good.
So did you see the Luke Cage teaser? For me,
At the very end.
yeah, it played
Oh,
right after watching.
No, I watched that, and
Daredevil.
it's like all those guys, like, shoot him up, and he's just like, I really hate buying new clothes all the time.
Yeah,
And then he just goes and I think he just like just starts to beat the shit out of him, and
And it
it's like
cuts,
that's
I
the
think.
cuts. Yeah.
but I don't know. I think that it was pretty good. I'm looking forward to Luke Cage. I think Mike
No, I am
Walter's a
too.
really good Luke Cage.
No, me too. I'm really looking forward to Iron Fist because I know
Yeah.
that's gonna be that's gonna be the series or the season or whatever that moves this Netflix TV universe forward, right? Like
Yeah,
it's gonna
we,
be the
we
one.
need to get.
It's gonna
to,
be the final step towards the Defenders.
Yeah. I wonder if they'll ever do a Heroes for Hire series or anything referencing that, where Luke Cage and Iron Fist basically were a duo where people could hire them if they need, like,
Yeah.
almost in the same way that Jessica Jones was like a private eye and stuff like that, but instead they were just fucking literally heroes for hire. You could hire them if you had somebody trying to fuck with you. Do you think they'll ever call Luke Cage Power Man?
I'm sure they'll make a reference to it at some point.
in
In his series, they'll probably make some sort of a joke or reference to it. But it seems like they do like to heavily. Who knows? Maybe in the Defenders, whenever they do like a news article of them or whatever, that's what they'll call him. Because it seems like the way they get their nicknames is through code names, through the public eye, and via police too, right? Like on their police scanners or whatever the public or newspapers want to call them for a code name. You have they nicknamed Daredevil,
the Devil of New York,
Devil of New York,
the Devil of Hell's
or
Kitchen.
Daredevil. Like they.
Yeah. First, he was the Devil of Hell's Kitchen, and then eventually it evolved into Daredevil. And
yeah, same with like
Jessica
Punisher.
Jones doesn't really have an AKA. Punisher, it was like the court, or was it the cops or somebody? The courts or something.
It was the cops.
They're calling him the Punisher.
No, it was the cops.
People.
It was the cops because it was their cop buddy who's just like, he even gave him a code name, the Punisher, because he's like goes and he like kills bad guys.
I like how they actually gave like a solid backstory as to who the Punisher is and why he does what he does.
Mm-hmm. Which I felt like they started really strong with that story arc, and then they kind of just like ended and faded away. Like the end of that story arc didn't end very strong.
Yeah, I
for
agree.
The Punisher. It felt like it was just like the Punisher, which was all the spotlight, and it was awesome build. Everything was like, I was really enjoying that. Then all of a sudden it was just like, yeah, there's a little bit of build for the Elektra story, and all of a sudden there's like Elektra's story was going on, and it was just like, they kind of didn't really focus much anymore on the Punisher story. It just kind of seemed like it was dwindling and fading away, while Elektra's mysticism story, whatever, was kind of taking off. Like I feel like Punisher's story didn't end very well in this, but overall, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that. Also, they kind of seemed to, I don't know, there was something I was going to say, but now I can't forget. I know it was a negative. There is some negatives to this shit. Like, it wasn't completely perfect,
No, it's
but
not
it was
perfect,
it was
sure.
incredibly good. And considering it's done on such a low budget, like, you can tell this is really low budget. There's not any, like, huge special effects anything in this show at all.
It's a very grounded show. Like, it's to the point that they definitely they don't need to use CGI or much special effects to enhance their story or the action. They just have what they got, or basically, like, they basically have the actors, some props, good story and lines, and that's it. Like, they do a good job with what they got, right?
Yeah.
Like, they're not a flashy show.
No, definitely. It's more about the characters
It's
and the story.
Character and story driven, for sure.
Yeah, so overall, I definitely loved it, and I
Mhm.
thought it was better than the first season, so. What about you? Overall?
I have to agree, yeah.
Damn cats. So, do you want to talk about anything you've been reading, watching, or playing?
I don't know. I finished Dragon Age, Inquisition, The Division, like Tom Clancy's The Division, the other day. I been watching a bunch of TV shows tonight. I'm gonna go home and watch the latest episode of The Walking Dead because I'm late on that.
I'm super behind on that. I'm like 4 or 5 episodes behind.
And it's getting pretty good. The last episode there I seen with Maggie and Carol was a pretty wicked episode.
Don't spoil anything.
Oh, I'm not going to.
But
you should watch it.
I don't know how many more are left in this season. One
I
more.
have no idea. I just can't wait to see Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Negan.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan's a
That's the
peach.
thing. You gotta start watching these again because the whole thing behind Negan is pretty interesting, actually. Because I didn't think, so far from what I've seen of Negan,
Don't spoil anything.
it's not what I've thought at all. You gotta watch it, dude.
Yeah, I will watch it, but I'll probably do that over the span of this week. Kind of every night I'll watch one.
Mm-hmm.
Or I don't know. how many have I missed? 4 or 5 probably. So I don't know. I'll probably have to watch more than one in the night. But
Still need to watch The Flash.
I do want to go see Batman v Superman again this
I do
weekend.
too.
Which we're gonna do the podcast next week on that. Which I think seeing it a second time will help.
Oh yeah, 'cause there's a lot to process. That's for sure.
So for me, over the weekend, played a bunch of Mario Kart and stuff like that because both of my brothers were, like, all three of us were hanging out, right? So we also watched Guardians of the Galaxy, and me and my younger brother watched Captain America: Winter Soldier, but my older brother couldn't sit through it. He said that he just hates he's tired of comic book movies, so he didn't finish it. But I personally love Captain America: Winter Soldier. It's possibly even my favorite Marvel movie, like Marvel Studios.
Yeah.
Deadpool is my favorite Marvel movie. Like, it's so good. I love Deadpool.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, Captain America: Winter Soldier, it changed. It's different. Like, that's the thing. Marvel's doing it more and more, like, with also Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff like that, too. Where it's like, it may be a comic book movie, but it's not just, like, generic, this is a comic book movie, right? The first Captain America was because it was an origin story. The second Captain America was not just a comic book movie. It was a heist movie, or not a heist movie, sorry. It was like a thriller. And you don't, like, there's a lot of mystery involved, and you don't really know what's going on for a lot of it, and then eventually, as it goes on, you learn more and more about it, or whatever, right?
No, yeah, it's like an espionage thriller.
Yeah, and it's one of the most impactful movies into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. In that, S.H.I.E.L.D. is completely disbanded by the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
And, yeah, I don't know, I love that movie, and it's the one that made me actually love Captain America as a character. Because after the first one, I was like, I don't really care about him. He's just goody two-shoes guy, and he didn't need to put the plane into the water. He could have fucking figured out something else.
Yeah, I'm sure he could have, yeah.
But they needed a plot device to get him into the future. So, bam. But I don't know. That's pretty much all that I can think of that I've been watching, reading, or playing. Yeah, I don't think I've been... I just downloaded the other day Lego Lord of the Rings.
Oh, really?
But I haven't got to play it much. Like, I started playing the intro level, and it's the battle. You're like a Isildur and Elrond, and you're in that giant battle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where Sauron is, like, walking around and shit. It's just... I just played a little bit of that, and then I got tired and, like, I ended up going to bed. But yeah, it's I love those Lego games. They're pretty good. So
I can never get into them.
Not even the Lego Star Wars?
No.
Not even a Lego Lord of the Rings?
No, I can't do it. I gotta play something more serious. Quantum Break comes out soon.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna play the shit out of this.
Oh yeah, it's like it's something I'm really looking forward to. It's like TV gaming. Like it's
almost like a movie in and of itself.
Well, yeah, it's like they have episodes in between what you're gaming or whatever, and they've supposedly said they've integrated it so that it's not like you'll get into the gameplay and then be disappointed when you have to watch something or whatever. It's just like they've integrated it so that it all flows together.
Yeah.
Like it's I can't wait. So.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see. Plus, it's a game about like slowing down and stopping time and shit.
It's an interesting concept.
That's interesting in and of itself. Then when you add on the extra effect of like they have
Sean Ashmore.
Yeah.
Dominic
Monaghan.
Monaghan, yeah.
And yeah, it's pretty cool cast, and the graphics of everything that I've seen is incredible.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, for sure. It's I can't wait to play it. So I think that comes out the 5th
of April.
Yeah, it's right away here.
Yeah, that is right away. So what? There was something that you were saying comes out on April 1st. What was it?
Pandemic.
Oh yeah, Pandemic. Because Hardcore Henry also comes out.
It comes out on
but
the 6th.
I don't. Yeah, well, so we'll have to see if that shows in our theater. But then I don't know. That's pretty much this episode. So let us know your thoughts on Daredevil season 2. did you love the Punisher as much as I did? I think that he was just incredibly awesome. If you want to tweet at me or whatever, you can tweet at me just at Winter Trooper, Instagram, Snapchat, or whatever, all that good stuff. Yeah, you can email the show, whatwetalkingabouttoday @gmail.com. Tweet at us at whatwetalkin using hashtag WAWTApod. Like us on Facebook if you want. It's just kind of like a discussion page where we share random posts and discuss it. And then, yeah, that's it. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. If you're subscribed, thanks for subscribing. And until next time, never stop listening, seeing with your ears.